I'm Lucy Chillery Watson, and this is Carmela, and I'm her mum, and we are from Wiltshire.
Yes.
Carmela has a progressive muscle wasting condition called LMNA, congenital muscular dystrophy. But what it does is it progressively weakens the muscles from the neck downwards. Currently, she's still ambulant. She can still move about. She gets tired very easily, but doing the basic things like getting off and on a chair, or if she's on the floor, getting up is getting a little bit more difficult now. And she is a bit of an adrenaline junkie. She loves to do sort of fast things, but she is limited to taking part in some of those due to the physical limitations. But since we've had a Centrobed, it's helped with an increased sort of independence for her, especially during the night. The challenges we face as a family, and especially for Carmela, because obviously it's her bedroom, and before we got this Caribbean bed from Centrobed. She used to have like a princess girly bed. It became quite difficult for me as her full-time carer to change her, because obviously it's, you know, they're low down. And then we got a special hospital bed via our local authority, and unfortunately it wasn't what Carmela liked as a little girl. It wasn't very princessy. It was brown, it was dark brown, it was a bit miserable. Didn't like it, and it only did one function, which was just raise up and down, which was okay for changing her and for her to get into the bed. But for Carmela, she used to get very hot and sweaty. With her type of condition, she doesn't have a thermostat. Basically, she will get very hot or very cold. There's no in between. But with her old Bob standard profile in bed, which they tend to have at the hospitals, for her it had a blocked side barriers, and she'd get very hot and sweaty. There was no airflow coming through, whereas with this bed you've got the mesh side, so the airflow is constant for her, which really helps. But also for me and for her, it has so many sort of things it does for her, adjusting her positions.
So the challenge I faced with my old bed, and not the Centrobed bed, was that the old bed had blocked sides. It didn't have mesh sides like this one. I just felt like I was a boiled egg, burning and burning until I was burning. But this bed, because it has mesh sides, I can just feel the breeze, and it's much better for me.
So since having this Caribbean bed, I think we've had it for 3 years now. I think it's completely changed how it works for Carmela and me as her carer and her mum. Not just that it goes up and down. She uses the setting which raises her head but the feet at the same time for her to play in bed or watch the telly. But also at night time, I think you might want to explain this bit. We get in a bit of a pickle, don't we? Go on, explain.
Yeah. So in the night, it's like either my duvet, or I just can't move in the middle of the night. My duvet just get like sometimes twisted, and it's really hard to like I'm trying to unravel it. But with that, it's just easier. I can either just put the head up so I can try and sit up, and easier, or to like, unravel it, or I can do the side note, and then it's easier to unravel it, and then I can get back to sleep again.
Another couple of settings on here is literally as a turning bed as well. So at the moment Carmela's still able to turn, but she does get twisted with her duvet and her nighties and things, and having a little muscle strength, it's very difficult to try and pull things out from underneath you. So it helps her herself without, you know, she doesn't like to ask mummy a lot of things, so she tends to want to do it herself. So, you know, the buttons are right at the side for her, and if she does get into a pickle, she just shouts for me anyway. But
yes.
Yeah. And also with muscular dystrophy, you get sort of sore arms or sore legs, don't you? So
Yeah,
having the sore legs, if you've got one leg that's not playing right,
it will do one leg.
It does individually raise one leg at a time, which helps. So it does a lot for this person that requires it. So yeah, it's awesome bed.
So one of the buttons is very useful for me. So if I'm too tired to like get up or go to the living room, what I do, I just raise this head up so I can eat and play. So let me demonstrate this for you. This button right here just sits you up like that. And it's quite quick actually. Just sit up and you're really comfortable. But sometimes when it's up like this, I slide down. So what I do, I put the feet up like this, and Tinker looks like she's enjoying the ride. Aww. So then I don't fall down, otherwise it's a little annoying. And then I end up like a banana. And then let me go all the way back down. There we go. So when I get back down, my feet get back down. And then if I get in a pickle with my duvet, what I do, I press one of the buttons, and then I can roll, so it's easier to roll over to get something out from under me. It also does the other side, but I demonstrated already for this side, so you will know how to do the other side. And then if I'm too low down for mum, she can just press this button right here, and then I can rise up like this, just like that, and it goes pretty real high, but I'm not gonna do that because yeah, it's high. And then with the other controller down here, if you have like a painful leg or it needs to be in like a cast or something, hot button, and then only one leg goes up. So this button does that leg, I think, and then this button does the other leg. So it's really clever and it helps a lot with my condition. So I thank so much to Centrobed. So the people who actually came and surprised me with this bed, they were absolutely amazing. They, as soon as they came in, they had lovely hearts, warm hearts, and they just greeted me with pleasure. And I love this so much. The customer service is a 10 out of 10 for me.
I want to echo everything Carmela said. The customer service is outstanding, and there's been a couple of times I've had to ring them up to say something's not working, and then they show me, they direct me, and then we get on FaceTime where I'm under the bed, and and they're so calm. Because obviously I'm not very technical, so they talk through it. It's really good. But also when they do come, I mean, they're a 3-hour drive away from us, and they come and they're very bright-eyed, bushy-tailed. Give them a cup of coffee, that's it. They're well away. But no, I'm not going to lie. The service is brilliant, and they do everything to meet our needs.
I do my exercise well, firstly because otherwise my muscles get weaker and I can preserve them for longer if I do my exercises. But way back in lockdown, like way back in lockdown, and we was all bored and other people, they couldn't even afford a physio to help their kids do physio. So I decided to help them. So I started a channel on Facebook where I would do my exercises to get my exercises done and help them, so they don't have to pay like so much money, like £100, and just look online and they will be able to do the exercises and preserve their kids' muscles for longer.